Hello. So today I have done a renovation on my garden. I've lifted 850 kilograms, almost a ton of gravel, I think, um, and I've transformed this area. I think they call it xeriscaping. You know, like when you're trying to make an area drought tolerant. The reason I've changed this is I had like a jungle area going down that way on the slope because the moisture goes that way, um, and you know that's the bottom of the slope, so the moisture kind of travels in that direction. So I'm happy with that. But then at the top, I also had a jungle area. This area is all pretty much full sun, and in the drought conditions that we've been having, um, it's been a nightmare to water it. It's just been so difficult, and I think we need to start thinking about the planet going forward, climate change, going away on holiday, things like that. How can you possibly keep things alive with sort of 38 degrees Celsius, that kind of heat that we've just had in the UK, even in the north of Britain, in Leeds, we have had really warm temperatures and no rain. Um, so I had these plants. Um, I've had these plants for some time, but they were not really being displayed as best they could, because I think really the stones are reflecting light around them and are making the best of these plants. I think they really look much better like this. I had a big debate previously. Can these plants be grown in a mixed area rather than a desert type area? But I have bitten the bullet and changed it into a desert type area here. These are all Yucca rostratus here, and then I've got an echinopsis there, and also smaller Yucca rostratus here, some miscanthus grasses, some strategically placed stones which are there to make it look a little bit more interesting, to add different textures. And then over here I have got basically over here I have got some petrified wood, which is working as a border between the desert area and the jungle area. You need to have some way of defining the edge. So this is the jungle area at the bottom of the slope, and to be honest, I'm quite happy with it. I love the Trachycarpus. I love the Indian sandstone slabs that I've laid, and the grasses that I planted, and then they started self-seeding. I didn't put a weed-proof membrane on this gravel area because I wanted to make it more naturalistic with lots of little grasses growing in between. And I love the planting. I love the Alstroemeria, Indian summer. And as you go up this path, it's lovely. But then when you get to the desert style plants, such as the Yucca rostratus, I felt that they were getting a bit lost with all this foliage. And a lot of the YouTubers for jungle gardens and exotic gardens have been saying adamantly these plants need to be in an arid garden, an arid bed, and not kind of in sort of mixed beds of planting.
And my feeling was with this bed, which had Cirsium rivulari, which has got sort of very strappy, large leaves in between all these spikies, I thought it would be a good contrast, but actually I felt it was looking a bit of a mess. So now it has been transformed. I first had to lay the gravel, the weed-proof membrane after digging out the area, laid the weed-proof membrane, lifted almost a ton of this gravel, and replanted everything in the positions that I wanted. I'm quite happy with it.